Hey, you ever been told you don't belong somewhere, like you're just not supposed to be there? Picture this. A 14-year-old kid, Mia Carter, steps onto a first-class cabin, flight from Chicago to London, clutching a boarding pass with her name on it, row 1A, window seat, paid for fair and square by her dad, a tech exec who wanted her to feel special on her first solo trip. She's barely settled, her backpack tucked under the seat, when this guy in a sharp gray suit looms over her, voice loud enough to make heads turn. "Kid, you're in my seat. Move." The whole cabin freezes, and the flight attendant, let's call her Karen with a capital, gives this tight-lipped smile and says, "Sweetie, there's been a mix-up. This seat's for our Platinum Premier members." Mia's heart drops, but she holds up her ticket, voice steady. "This is my seat. I checked." Karen barely glances at it. "You'll be more comfortable in economy, trust me." "Comfortable?" "Yeah, right, like a teenager traveling alone doesn't belong in first class." Mia's not just any kid, though. Her dad, James Carter, runs Fairtrack, a company that builds AI to monitor corporate ethics, think real-time accountability for big players like airlines. 3 days ago, over pizza in their Seattle kitchen, he handed her a sleek tablet. "You're my eyes on this flight, Mia. If something's off, you've got the power to flag it." She laughed, thought it was just a cool gadget, a symbolic thing to make her feel grown up while he was at a summit in London. But now, shuffled to row 38B, wedged between a snoring guy and a seat that smells like old coffee, she powers on that tablet. Her access code blinks. Temporary ethics auditor, M. Carter, 14. She taps an icon labeled Flight Integrity, pulls up her flight WST 422 and flags a Tier 1 violation. Age-based seat reassignment. No justification. Her finger hovers, then she hears her dad's voice from that pizza night. "It's not about fighting, Maya, it's about making things right." She hits submit. No alarms go off, no lights flash, but somewhere in Fairtrack's Chicago hub, a red alert pings, pausing insurance contracts and grounding terminal clearances. All because a kid refused to stay quiet. The flight hums along, champagne flowing up front, the guy in Mia's seat sipping bourbon like he owns the plane. Back in economy, Mia's calm, scribbling in her sketchbook, but her mind's racing. She's not match-focused. The tablet chimes softly. Incident escalated. Policy freeze initiated. She exhales, leans against the window, and watches the clouds. Thousands of miles away, Fairtrack's ethics team in London gets the alert. Sarah Voss, their director, squints at her screen. A 14-year-old flagged a Tier 1? On WST 422. She pulls Mia's profile, sees her delegate status, and mutters, "This isn't a glitch, this is a lockdown." By the time the plane lands at Heathrow, the airline, let's call it Sky Peaky's in chaos. 3 terminals freeze, $500 million in contracts stall, and nobody knows why except the girl in 38B. At the gate, a Sky Peak VP, all sweaty forehead and forced smile, meets the plane. The head flight attendant, now pale, whispers into her headset. She's the one who flagged it. Mia steps off, hoodie up, tablet in hand, and a Fairtrack liaison, Daniel Ruiz, greets her. "Miss Carter, we need you for a debrief." In a glass-walled room, she faces 3 suits, the VP, an aviation regulator, and a woman from the Global Transit Ethics Board. The VP stammers, "This was a misunderstanding. Surely we can resolve this quietly." Mia looks him dead in the eye. "You didn't move a kid, you moved an auditor. Fix your system." The room goes silent. The regulator scribbles furiously. That night, Sky Justice trends on X, with passengers posting, "They kicked a teen out of first class? Same thing happened to my mom." A retired pilot tweets, "I've seen this crap for 30 years. Good for her." Skypeak fights back, though. A blog post calls Mia a spoiled tech princess, weaponizing her dad's company. Comments pile on, "Why's a kid running the show?" But Mia's not fazed. She digs into Fairtrack's data, finds 2 more kids bumped from first class for passenger comfort. She posts one line on X. "If your ticket's valid, your seat's yours." Period. It gets 10 million views. At a London ethics summit, Mia presents a Fair Seat Accord, a protocol to enforce transparency in seat assignments. When a Sky Peak exec sneers, "This is unrealistic," she fires back, "No, it's overdue. You're just scared of being seen." The crowd erupts. 5 airlines signed the accord that day. Months later, the Fair Seat Index goes global. Airlines with low scores lose gates, contracts, even investors. Mia's name becomes a verb. Don't get Mia'd means don't mess with fairness. She steps back, lets the system run, and one day at a Seattle cafe, a woman approaches. You're her, right? My daughter kept her seat because of you. Mia just smiles, sips her tea, and watches a plane overhead. The sky's different now, not perfect, but listening. So, tell me, where are you watching from? Ever been told you don't belong? Or stood up when it mattered? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk. What's your moment when silence just wasn't an option?